What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're looking at Reacher, a new show on Amazon Prime that premiered on February 4th. So this will be a quick review. So if you guys haven't enjoyed this review, please make sure to like it. Please make sure to subscribe if you're new. But let's talk about the new show, Reacher. This will be my thoughts on the show, and I'll give my rating for it at the end. So right off the bat, let me tell you that my knowledge of Jack Reacher before this show was pretty much non-existent. I've never seen the Tom Cruise Jack Reacher films. I never read the books, but I sort of had an idea of like what this character was like. I thought he was probably like your basic, action hero. He's got the same tropes or whatever. And so for the first 3 episodes, that's sort of how I felt. I thought it was very basic. He's trying to figure out this murder mystery. He's like not a cop, but the cops need his help because he's Jack Reacher and he's like very smart. He's jacked, like he knows how to fight. And at first, it just felt like a bunch of stuff that we already seen before. There is a cool big twist at the end of the first episode that did pique my interest. But even after that twist, those next 2 episodes didn't really do much for me. He has a love interest with this cop. I was sort of sitting there like, okay, like this is fine, but like I feel like they need to give me a little bit more if I want to actually be engaged in the show. But even though the story wasn't too special in the beginning, I still thought Alan Ritchson did a good job at the character. I mean, he was just like a cool guy. He felt like an 80s action hero with like his one little liners. He looks absolutely jacked, like out of his mind, huge. But he was badass though. It's cool when a show has good fight choreography, and it has it here in the show. And it's funny because for me, like I said, the beginning was like not really my thing. But then on episode 4, everything just seemed to click for me. And I got on board with the story. I think it was this big twist that happens in episode 4 that makes the story a lot bigger than what it initially was. For the first 3 episodes, it was sort of like this mystery and this murder, and they're trying to figure it out, and like it's connecting a little bit here and there. And I was sort of like, yeah, this is like whatever. But then the murder becomes part of something a lot bigger than these characters could ever think. And then that's where my interest with the show came, with this bigger thing. And now with all these twists and surprises that led in all these different directions, that is where my interest came with this show. And for that Jack Reacher character, where I thought he was basic, in episode 4 I realized he's actually not that basic, He is your sort of, tropey 80s action hero. But the difference with Jack Reacher is that he's not a good guy. He's not evil, but he's not a good guy either. If you're a bad guy, like if you're part of his mission, he has to take you down. He will kill you. He will betray you. He will do whatever it takes to get the mission done. And it sort of reminds me of Marvel's The Punisher in a way. If you know that character, you know that he's a good guy, but he's also not a good guy either, right? And so that's where I started to like this character a lot more once I realized like what kind of character he actually is. Another interest for me was trying to figure out like what decisions will this character actually make in order to get the mission done. Like how far will this character go to complete his mission. And he's also actually pretty funny as well. His comedic quips are actually pretty good, and they remind me of like those 80s action one-liners, which I love those type of movies. So nowadays it doesn't work as well. Before this character, I enjoyed it. And then for the rest of the season, it goes the way you think. There's a couple of big twists, and it unravels the story more. And it all leads to a satisfying, climactic, thrilling conclusion, which is how you want it to end on a show like this. So my rating for this season is a 3.8 out of 5. It stumbles in the beginning. The first 3 episodes, like I said, weren't anything special. But if you guys plan on watching this, I'd say give it to the 4th episode. That's where it sort of flipped for me, and it became really good. I started to enjoy it a lot more. If you guys enjoy like those 80s action hero movies, this is sort of like that, but a lot more serious. The plot is a lot better than some of those, right? But if you guys have already seen it, let me know down below what you guys think. If you guys plan on watching it, let me know as well. If you guys enjoy this review, please make sure to like it. Please make sure to subscribe if you're new. But I will see you on the next video. Have a great rest of the day.